All right, this is the last week of school, so what's left to do in science? What have we accomplished in sixth grade during science? There's a whole bunch of stuff that we talked about. We talked about Earth systems, we talked about weather and climate, we talked about solar energy, we talked about the greenhouse effect, greenhouse gases, body systems, especially digestive systems. You even saw a frog getting dissected. We talked about cells. And then we discussed the human activity affecting climate change. There are several science skills that you practiced this year. You learned how to identify variables, how to create a data table, how to create a bar graph in Google Sheets, how to plan an investigation, how to collect data, how to analyze data, how to ask inquiry questions, and how to brainstorm solutions. These are just some of the science skills that we practiced this school year. You have also learned a lot of new tech this school year. You have learned several apps. You've learned how to log in through Teams. You learned how to navigate Google Classroom. You've learned Gizmo simulations. You've learned Pear Deck, how to do an Edpuzzle, how to engage with a Jamboard, how to engage with shared Google documents with your group, how to engage in class Jamboards. Oh, I said that twice already, huh? And how to annotate a PDF file with Kami. There were a couple of life lessons that we practiced this school year. We have practiced how to ask clarification questions, especially on summatives. And then you have learned how to ask for help. So the question now for you is, what stands out for you with the things that we have accomplished as a class? What do you remember most? All right, so as summer approaches, please remember that this problem still exists. So I'm going to play this video, and then please answer, what problem does this video talk about? All right, so the former video talked about a problem. Now there are a lot of solutions that we can act on. This video shows one of those solutions. What solution does this video talk about? So let's play this video.
Hi, my name is Molly Steen, and I am 9 years old, and I have just found out that straws really do suck. Earlier this year, my mum and I went to see a movie called A Plastic Ocean. It was the first time that I had been told that plastic never, ever breaks down. Like actually never goes away. The movie said that all over the world, oceans are filling up with our plastic rubbish. This plastic gets into our oceans and it hurts the marine animals. But not only that, when humans eat fish and seafood, we're eating the plastic that they have eaten. Birds are eating broken up bits of plastic and then starving because there is no room left in their stomachs for real food. Turtles think that plastic bags are jellyfish, which is their favourite food. And we've all seen that plastic straw stuck up a poor turtle's nose. It's not fair. On my way home from watching the movie that night, I started thinking about what I could do to help. I started thinking about plastic straws. They seem kind of harmless, don't they? But did you know, every day, humans use more than 500 million straws. If you line these up end to end, they would wrap around planet Earth 4 times, every single day. I thought about how we only use these plastic straws for a few minutes before we throw them in the bin. And what about the drinks that come with more than one straw? It's crazy. The problem is, they don't always go in the bin. They often end up in the stormwater drains and go to the ocean. And even if the straws do make it to the bin, what then? What do you think happens to them once we throw them in the bin? As I said before, plastic can't break down, so it can't actually ever go away. You see, when my mum tells me to put my clothes away, I know where they go. They've got a place to go. But with plastic, there is no away. Did you know that the very first plastic straw you ever used is still somewhere on this planet? Somewhere. It will never break down and it will never go away. I knew that if my friends knew about all this plastic, they would want to help the ocean too. After all, we live in Cairns, and the Great Barrier Reef is our backyard. It's our playground. I wanted to help the Great Barrier Reef, so I decided to try and get plastic straws out of canteens of local schools. And of course, the first school to start with was my own school. I felt really happy that all the teachers at my school were so supportive of my idea and keen to help protect our environment. They were the first school to join in with the Straw No More project. I then started talking to other people about my idea, including the newspaper, TV, and radio stations. Because of this, other schools from around Cairns heard about it and said they wanted to join in too. Soon, we had messages from people in South Korea, New Zealand, England, and America, as well as some other states in Australia, who wanted their schools to join in with the Straw No More project. Now I know there are some people with limited movement of their arms, people in wheelchairs for example, and I understand those people really rely on straws. They need to use straws. But most of us don't. Living straw-free is actually really simple. All you need to do is make the decision to stop. Simple. And if you must use straws, you can make sure it's a reusable straw. Bamboo, stainless steel, glass, and paper straws are a much better alternative than plastic straws. Or of course, you could just say no to straws altogether. When you buy a drink at a takeaway shop or a cafe, or a bar if you're a grown-up, specifically ask for no plastic straw, and tell that staff member why. Ask them to join in with the Straw No More project as a way of showing their customers they care about our planet. Currently 16 schools have agreed to take the Straw No More project, which is about 10,000 kids not using plastic straws in their drinks at school every day. If each one of these kids was previously using just one straw a day, that means a total of 3 million less straws are going into our environment near the Great Barrier Reef each year. But my job isn't done yet. I'm going to keep going until plastic straws are out of every school in Cairns, in Queensland, in Australia, and maybe one day in the world. My name is Molly Steer, and I hope you agree that straws really do suck.
All right, so here we are at the end of this school year, and we need to start thinking about next school year. Next school year, all students will be in person. There's no more virtual online schooling for Mitchell. Everyone is back. That means all 800 plus students will be on campus. So you will witness problems with recycling and plastic. We need people to start thinking of solutions and acting on it. We will start next school year in the fall. Would you like to be part of a club that will think and act on solutions? Answer on this one.